Well, hey everyone, Wasting Money here. Today we will finally be reviewing Cooler Final Form. It's the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball, so let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. Man, I am just super excited to finally have this one. Like I mentioned, it was in my top 10 from about a year ago of figures I most wanted, and at that time, I mean, even a year ago, this figure was going for upwards of, it was going for over $100, so it was probably around like the $150 to $200 range for this figure. And then Tamashii Nations actually did something that was pretty good. They said that they would do a reissue, if you will, with the 40th anniversary edition. So it has this cool little stand here with that, which is really cool. But I am really excited to open this figure because finally got it, and it's a brand new one. And guess how much I had to spend? Alright, so we got him out of the box here, and this is all he comes with. So his body looks awesome. I love just like the really tall, kind of like bulky figures. I like to see how they do some of these characters from Dragon Ball Z. So really liking the body there.
Yeah, boy.
So yeah, he comes with everything here, you know, 2 face plates. This is his face before he puts the mask on, and then he has the face with the mask on at the moment. He has his big tail attachment, of course. And then for the fingers, he has a pointing finger for each hand, like he's doing his Frieza and Cooler type blast. And then he has some hands, kind of fingers arched hands. And then he has open palm hands for his blasts and stuff there. And then he has an extra pair of feet that are kind of like clawed in. So if you want him at the top of like a rock or diorama or something along those lines. But let's get him out because I am itching to see the articulation and everything on this guy. But man, already I can tell, you know, he's standing up pretty good. So his waist, he has really good ab crunch, as a matter of fact. He has a hinge there kind of at the crotch. The only thing I did notice is like a pretty big gap there, unfortunately. But if you have him, you know, not crouched or anything, it looks pretty good. And then there's another hinge right there at his abdomen, or on his abs there, so he can crunch even more. So really nice articulation, especially for a larger figure. It looks like for the arms, he does have butterfly joints and everything there. So that's actually pretty cool. You can see it there moving in a bit on the butterfly joints. So really good articulation, and you can do a perfect T-pose if you want. I just watched the Cooler's Revenge movie. It's been a while, and I'll be honest, when it comes to like Dragon Ball Z, I've seen the whole series multiple times. I mean, at least double-digit times. But all the Dragon Ball Z movies, I've probably only seen like once or twice when I was a kid. So I had to rewatch this just to get some poses and everything. And don't worry, because we have the legendary Super Saiyan Goku as well to kind of compare that, because I feel like he really looks like this legendary Super Saiyan character in that movie, because, you know, he gets battle damage and stuff. But anyways, and they actually released the cheaper version of the legendary Super Saiyan from Premium Bandai along with this. It looked kind of weird. It was in a smaller package and everything, but I think it was cheaper. I'm not entirely sure what all it didn't come with, because this original Legendary Super Saiyan came with quite a bit of accessories. So really sweet there. We'll get to them and some height comparisons later. So make sure you stay tuned till the end. And want to take this time too, just if you can, give this video a like. It really helps out the channel. And I'm trying to save for a PC this month so I can get, you know, better content out with less hassle. My PC is super slow. We'll just get back to the review. His head actually goes down pretty good. You can see that it can go all the way down to his chest, and he has some ability in his neck too. You can kind of see his neck moving. And then I thought these were a nice touch. So he has the I don't even know what to call this. Maybe it's like armor or skin. I don't know what it is exactly, a part of him, but his shoulder pads, we'll just say that. I mean, they move, so you can, if you want like a little bit more dynamic poses, you can do that and stuff. So actually really cool, and they seem to be on there well. His legs, you know, kind of typical for big guys. I mean, he can do it 90 degrees up, but he can't really go higher than that. And then, you know, double jointed knees, of course. The feet, they can bend pretty well. They're on a really nice, like, solid ball hinge. So you shouldn't have any issues, like, getting him in, like, crotched poses and stuff, because he seems like a really sturdy figure. I will say that, for being, you know, like, on the larger side. So yeah, just get his feet adjusted and everything. But and then I had his tail and everything, speaking of that, because a lot of times, like with the larger figures too, you can utilize the tail just as kind of like a balancing point, because, you know, he was getting pretty heavy there on his legs, but then, you know, you just put like his tail down, and then he kind of just balances on his own. So I do like the tail, and I didn't have it on at first because it just weighs it down, but I mean, it really just makes the character, I mean, just look how that tail going up kind of changed that whole pose. I like it a lot better now. So yeah, I mean, overall looks of the figure is amazing. I love this look more than his actual like face in the anime too. But here's his other face right there. So we could put it on. I'm assuming it looks like this piece can pop out. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then it's just a swap of the actual head. So should be on a neck peg there. Yep. And that slid off pretty easily. So I wasn't expecting it to be that easy. And then there's that. So we can put this head back on, and yeah, it fit nicely. So sweet. Yeah, I really like the look of this figure, like I said. But now I just want to get to some of the height comparisons to other Dragon Ball Z characters and other characters and the like. So let's get into that, and then we'll close it out here. Comments what you all thought, but I really love this figure. If I'm being honest, he definitely looks a lot cooler than his brother. But anyways, you know, we did some height comparisons and everything. I mean, he is a behemoth, you know, a really large figure, especially from the SH Figuarts line. But overall rating on this guy, I mean, like I said earlier, this was in my top 10 most wanted figures. Finally glad to have finally gotten it. I spent less than $100 actually, so I thought it was definitely worth that amount. You know, I probably wasn't gonna pay like 150 to 200, even though we kind of did for this guy here, but he was in my top 10 as well. But yeah, since I pretty much got all of those top 10 figures that I really wanted already, except for one, I will do another top 10 list, although I've gotten a lot of the ones marked off recently from top 10 that I had previously, but I want to do a top 10 most wanted every year, then see, how many I can get within the amount of a year. But so that's always fun. And overall rating on this guy, sorry, I just keep rambling here, but I'm gonna have to give it a high 9. I'm thinking, 9.9. There's really no issue with it, but technically this figure is close to perfect. The balance could be a little bit better on his feet and everything, but you just kind of have to play with his tail and counterbalance him. And you can still get him in great poses like you've seen throughout. So let me know what you guys thought of the review and everything. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel and the algorithm. So I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.